All right, good morning, everyone. Today is Monday, September 7th, 2020, Labor Day, national holiday. So everybody has the day off. So I wanted to try to just come on at 8 a.m., do my 15 minutes, and then go enjoy my Labor Day. All right, so I'm going to take a moment here just to get a couple things ready. My notes are kind of off the cuff today. I didn't have them all typed out, excuse me, like I normally do. So this will be more of a off the cuff one today, as I like to say. And again, today is day 24 of my 25 mental health challenge by Chris Achille Love Peace. So tomorrow will be my last day of having to complete the 25-day challenge. This has been a pretty incredible 25 days. All right, so like every week, I'll start with a verse, and then I'll let me start with the 25. Again, 25 for the cause. I'm going to pump out my 25 push-ups for mental health. And again, I want to talk about continuing from yesterday, moving on to continuing on. And we're going to speak about that. And I'm going to do my extra five today, probably for the most influential, other than my parents, the most influential people in my life, my sister, Mary Russo Buckus, and my brother-in-law, Bob Buckus, Pastor Bob. Okay, two just incredible individuals in my life who have helped me become the person I want to be. And when I fall short, they help me show how to become that person. So I love these two very much. They've been great role models in my life, and I hope other people have role models like that as well. All right, so I'll be pumping out my last five for my sister and my brother-in-law. All right, so today's verse comes from 2 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 10. And this is pretty appropriate for me. It says, "That is why, for Christ's sake, I delight in weaknesses, in insults, in hardships, in persecutions, in difficulties. For when I am weak, then I am strong." So that is why, for Christ's sake, I delight in weaknesses, in insults, in hardships, in persecutions, in difficulties. For when I am weak, then I am strong. That's pretty incredible, because if you are, weaknesses, insults, hardships, persecutions, those are all difficulties. And those are times where we do get weak and fall short. But what our friends and the Lord is telling us is you don't have to. Okay, that's a time to be strong because you have this support and you have these people coming in. So I love this, and I'm going to take it right into what we're doing today, from moving on to continuing on. One of the big things, unfortunately, this whole case of mine has just turned into a race issue, and it never should have been, and it never had to be. Here's the simple fact, and I'm going to call you people out who want to continue to call me a racist. Here you go. Here's your chance to prove it. I have been a teacher, coach, referee, and mentor for 28 years for African American students, students of color. Okay, all students. In those 28 years of teaching, coaching, refereeing, mentoring, I have never been accused of anything. I have nothing in my records that I've done anything wrong. Never. Not until two students who were doing something wrong and got caught by me, then all of a sudden that's where the label came out. So once again, if I was the way that people said I was, I wouldn't have been able to hide it for 28 years, because I immersed myself in the African American community through athletics and teaching. And so, that part of it's just garbage, and I'm done with those people, again, creating the false narrative, because that's what gets them going. So I'm moving on from that. Okay, so John Russo, the teacher, he's done. He no longer works for Sarasota County, and that's fine. Okay, so he's moved on. But continuing on, John Russo, the concerned parent, definitely still has concerns for the Sarasota County School Board. And again, I'm going to do them through Get Real. You're going to guarantee every teacher respect, education, accountability, and leadership. And so I'm going to focus on the events that really should be focused on. And I'm going to start with number one, with Sonia Figueredo Alberts. Sonia Figueredo Alberts. Okay, she's the head of ESC, I believe. I've heard her name come up well over a dozen times by different parents and teachers. And here's the words that come up: shark, snake, parasite, immoral. This is what they do to describe this woman. This is the person who was responsible for sending this violent kid to Brookside. She knew he had been kicked out of 3 other schools. She knew he had a history of violence. Karen Rose told her that he shouldn't be put in the general population of Brookside, and Sonia Figueredo Alberts put him there anyway. She made the decision. Why are we not finding out why she made this? Why did she override Karen Rose's decision? And Karen Rose, you told move on from John Russo. I have no problem. Move on from the teacher, but the concerned parent's going to be there calling you out, Karen. You know that Sonia made that decision. You know that Matt Gruhl lied. You know that that police report was changed. So as parents, we're concerned about this. We're concerned about what the Sarasota County School Board is allowing administrators to get away with in this county. And Tom Edwards, the new school board member, and Karen Rose, we expect you to stand up for us. So Karen, you know I love you and you know I support you, but I'm going to hold you to a standard. And that standard is, these people lied, Karen. You know they did. So move on from John Russo, but don't move on from the corruption. Continue to expose it. People like Matt Gruhl, who openly violate school board policy, erase cell phone videos, denied being hit on film, change police reports. What are you going to do about that, Karen Rose and Tom Edwards? What are you going to do? Are you just going to let them continue to do that? Because as a concerned parent, I have a problem with that. Okay, and I think that's what this is really about. Dr. Asplin, we're going to call you out, okay, about getting real. Respect, education, accountability, leadership. Where's the respect? Where's the respect for teachers? Okay, it's not there. Okay, a teacher tells you that something is wrong, something went wrong, and instead that teacher gets attacked for doing it, for exposing the problem at the landings and the people who are doing it. Okay, education. You had teachers get up in front of me say, Mr. Russo did everything right according to the CPI training. A proper CPI hold when a student was threatening him with physical violence, and you're telling us that he's being fired for that. Okay, well, then why? Well, give us some education. Tell us what we need to do. Accountability. We want Sonia Figueredo Alberts to stand up and tell us why she made the decision she made. Why does she get to hide from it? Why does she get to blame other people? Okay, so yeah, you become a victim and victimized when other people make poor decisions. Those poor decisions blow up, and then they blame other people and they run and hide. And that's what Sonia Figueredo Alberts did. She's running and hiding from her decision of placing this kid here. If you felt that he should have been placed there, tell us why. And when it blew up in your face, like Karen Rose said it was going to, why did you run and hide? Why did you not take any responsibility? When you see Matthew Gruhl openly violating school board policy by letting kids out early and you don't say anything, Sarasota County School Board, as a concerned parent, that's wrong. You know that he openly violated school board policy and you won't even address it. You know that he's been punched in the face and you won't even address it. You know that he confiscated, him and Officer Perna confiscated cell phones and deleted the video evidence, and you won't address it. I'm bringing the 2 police reports with me to the next school board meeting and holding them up so everybody can see that the police report was changed, but you won't address it. So Karen Rose, this is the expectation of you. You know all these things to be true. Whether or not you're going to step up and continue on, that's what we're going to find out, Karen. So this is pivotal. You wanted this position, you got it. Well, now there's things we need you to do to advocate for teachers, the respect, education, accountability, that leadership we're looking for. So, I'm sorry that this whole thing turned into a race issue when it didn't need to be. But what I can tell you is this, is that my situation shows the incompetence of the Sarasota County School Board and the administrators at the landings. And it's time for the school board and this new superintendent to do something about it. Okay, I want these people who want to, again, we're going to continue on, so I'm going right at it. Okay, human resources. So in my 28-year career, I have no disciplinary actions against me taken ever. Nothing in my folder. There was 2 instances of memorandums of instructions, which are simply memorandums by an administrator on how to encounter a situation differently. Never was there any acts of physical violence or anything like that. As a matter of fact, those 2 memorandums of instruction that were in my folder were both cleared by human resources in the administration of my school. So they both looked at these incidents, said I did nothing wrong, completely cleared me. Human resources, Al Hareda, Roy Sprinkle, completely cleared me. My administrators at the time completely cleared me. So I did nothing wrong. But guess what Al Hareda and Roy Sprinkle let the superintendent do? He let them take those 2 instances out of my personnel file where I had done nothing wrong, and human resources had already cleared me for doing nothing wrong, and they let him take those and call them acts of violence against me when I never laid my hand on a student in either one of them. And one of them I had to take hold of a backpack, and the other one, a student punched me in the face. Punched me in the face. I didn't touch anybody. Okay, yet those were called acts of violence. So how did Al Hareda and Roy Sprinkle get away with that? How were they allowed to go into my personnel file, take a private document that said I did nothing wrong, hand it out to Jennifer Compton, and then she lies about the whole thing, turns the story around, and all of a sudden we have past acts of violence? Guess what? There are none. So these are the things that we're going to be calling out. These are the things as a parent I'm not going to let go. We had a teacher who did everything right and you fired him. That concerns me as a parent. It concerns me. We have administrators openly violating school board policy, openly, and you're not doing anything about it. Denying, lying under oath about being hit, changing police reports, and you're not doing anything about it. That is the problem. And it's members like Shirley Brown who get caught up in this false narrative, and she wants to keep repeating lies, lies, lies. Listen, all you have to do is read both briefs. Read both briefs and see what happened. It's very clear that people from the landings are covering up the mistakes they made. And the more people contact me, the more I realize that this is the pattern from several of these administrators, especially Sonia Figueredo Alberts. She seems to be the number one abuser of this, according to people in the county. Yet, no, nothing's done to her. And so this unfair standard that you set, that's why John Russo's continuing on, the concerned parent, because I'm not going to allow this to go unnoticed in our schools. I am going to call you out every month at a school board meeting. Every time I have the opportunity, I'm going to be there continuing to call you out, because that's how change takes place. We're not going to forget this. You know, we went to the last school board meeting and we gave you concerns, Dr. Asplin. You were taking notes, writing them down. So we're going to come back and find out if you did anything, if you talked to anybody, or did you just take notes to make yourself look good? And so these are the things that are going to continue to be questioned. These are the actions. Let's move away from race because it was never an issue to begin with. And let's move into the dynamics of why the Sarasota County School Board is allowing administrators to openly violate policy and then blame other people when it blows up in their face. That is the concern. That's it. And if anything I'm saying isn't true, then where are the facts? That's what I'm saying. Where are the facts? There are none from their side. The facts are very clear on the video that they were let out early. The facts are very clear on the video that Principal Gruel was punched by this student. The facts are very clear that Principal Gruel put this kid in a chokehold in a full Nelson. The facts are very clear that Principal Gruel took cell phone videos and deleted them. The facts are very clear that S.R. Perna changed his police report and the whole narrative of his story to help lie for him and Principal Gruel. Those are there. It's there. You can't deny it. So why aren't we addressing it? Why aren't we asking those people why? But hey, maybe they have a legitimate answer. We don't know because they've never had to say. So John Russo is continuing on. Okay. John Russo, the teacher, he's moved on. He's done. I have a new job, new career. I'll be talking about that tomorrow. Again, I'll be using my skills as a personal trainer to work for Back in Motion Physical Therapy here in Sarasota. Tim and Monique Burnell, wonderful people, own Back in Motion Physical Therapy. They had always donated to my basketball teams at Brookside before this for different basketball leagues in the community. Wonderful people, and I'm excited to start a new career with them. And I want as many people as you can to support Back in Motion Physical Therapy because Back in Motion is supporting me. And I think that's awesome. So get real. Guarantee every teacher respect, education, and leadership, and teachers and staff. Get in touch with me because Get Real isn't going away. I'm going to be showing up at each school board meeting. I'm going to continue to go online and I'm going to talk about these things because continuing on, we need to change things. And change only occurs when we continue to work at it. We can't take a day off. And so I have plenty of concerned parents out there who don't want to take a day off. The detractors aren't. They're not taking a day off. The trolls aren't. They don't take a day off. So we need to make sure that we continue to stay strong and stay on the cause. All right. So have a great Labor Day. Kept it under 15 minutes. Have a great Labor Day. Enjoy your day off with your family. And look forward to, I'm going to finish this up tomorrow for day 25 of my final 25-day challenge. And I'm pumping out my last 5 here for Pastor Bob and my sister Mary. Love you both. Everybody, God bless and have a great day.